I yes, hi guys. Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. It's good seeing my South African Ghanaian because this gentleman has been and he's still a very good friend of mine. I remember when he used to be posted to Ghana with the South African High Commission and the DTI and all that. Whoa, we had fun, and today he decided to come and visit me at where I am because he said there's no way he can come I can come around without him seeing me. So he drove all the way from where he is to come and see me here. His name is Taban, and we will continue to be good friends. And you know how my South African friends, they don't, all of them with their flashy cars and all that. And there's for me, this life, yeah, in life, look, they always say life is short. And I know my South African friends will say life is short. This is a Taban, and it's good that connecting with him. But I just also want him to say something because yesterday in the evening, Taban, I went to Pretoria CBD. I was in Sunnyside, and I wasn't pleased with what I saw. The street lights were off, and also the streets were very filthy. And I said, no, this is not the city that I left. Pretoria used to be one of the most beautiful cities within South Africa, and I'm so disappointed. But this morning I was reading Recon newspaper, and I realized that the city is in a big debt, 22 billion rand debt owing. And I said, whoa, how are they going to do that? But what to you being a South African, and I know you've been in this city for many years, Taban, what's the challenge? Where is this problem coming from?
I guess I should start by saying Etiseng. Right?
Yeah, to say yes. Yes.
I think one can sum up South Africa's problems, or Pretoria's problems, as a problem that many African countries are facing. Each and everything that we see, be it on an economic phase, on a social phase, it's always what comes out of the political problems that a country is facing. But you look into street lights which are off, it's always going to be a question of what we have come to know as load shedding. But when you look back, we've learned of such things from Nigeria, with blackouts and stuff.
Yeah, even in Ghana, there was a time that we were going through that.
Yeah. So the country has been undergoing an energy crisis for a very long time. As a result, you would come across situations where there are lights that the globes are not there, or the energy itself is not there to switch on the globes. So that is one key problem, the energy crisis. In terms of the debt, not the money debt, the DIRT debt, the filthiness that you've seen, it's also a situation where, particularly in Pretoria, due to the financial crisis that the municipality has been facing, they actually went in as far as retrenching a whole lot of people who went on an industrial action. So they had fired, the municipality had fired a whole lot of people in as far as that is concerned. And there's been a battle that went through the courts for them to be reinstated. So it therefore moved into a go slow kind of a criteria where people stopped working, and we are used to people cleaning up the streets in the afternoon at late at night, but that doesn't happen anymore. So the filth that you get to see is as a result of that, which was initially a political kind of a battle. So that is why you'd see debt, because people are on a go slow, not working, and that is why you see street lights not working because of the energy crisis and load shedding and so on and so forth. But as I said, those are primarily still political kind of elements.
Yeah. And one thing is the laws are still working. There's something that I noticed yesterday. Unfortunately, because of the street lights not working, we pegged at the loading zone. And before we came out of the shop, we realized that already the traffic cops have started, they've already told the vehicle and they were going. So we have to follow it and go and pay a fine of 2,190 rand before we got, and it was night around 10 p.m. So you can imagine, I was like, wow. So it means with all this challenge, the traffic cops, even we tried to plead with them, they didn't listen to us. We have to follow them to their depot and go and pay that money before the car was ready. No. That's one thing I saw. In Ghana, if it was, I would say if it was in Ghana, definitely would have given that traffic cop a bribe and he would have taken it and off we go. But yeah,
Yeah.
even trying to talk to the traffic cop and all that, no, they said no,
You have
let's
to
go to the
follow us to
office.
come collect it at the at. That is the thing. There's still rule of law.
Yes.
Obviously, we wouldn't say everyone is compliant in the country, be it that from the civilian side or from the officer side. There will still be those people who wants to cut corners. But in the main, rule of law is still followed. You do have good cops or traffic officials within the midst who would say, I'm not in this business to make self-gratitude money and so on and so forth. So hence, a rule of law is still being implemented, and there are those good citizens like yourself who, because you know what the law requires, but in this case, because you parked where you're not supposed to be parking,
you know, and
you have to be
and what happened was when we looked, and it was around 10, and also it wasn't later at night. It wasn't busy. And also when you look at where we're supposed to like park, all those parking were taken. All were taken. So we saw, okay, this lane is let's just park. And then, so we were not even, because when we got to the Sunnyside City, we didn't see any traffic call. So we thought, oh, okay, probably. So
well, again, you'd realize that the area where you were, the surrounding, it's full of should I call them nightclubs, entertainment arenas. So the traffic cops always know that within that vicinity there are people like you who break the law. So they want to make sure that the rule of law gets adhered, and as far as those surroundings are concerned. But bottom line remains, there's rule of law. A majority gets to follow the rule of law. A minority, unfortunately, do not. But we should be comforted by the realization and knowledge that at least that good aspect, it's still going on.
It's nice about meeting you. The country, as I said, in my previous video, I said, look, this country is still beautiful, and I'm praying and pleading to the people of South Africa they should continue to maintain the beauty and sanity of even though there are challenges here and there. Every country have its own challenges that they face, and I love it. This is my second, I always say, my second home. So, and how you people have received me, oh, it's so amazing. I'm telling you, everybody wants me to come and visit their home, and I have to even schedule. I've got a timetable in terms of where I'm going tomorrow, where everywhere. That's how South Africa.
I'm going to be mad that you are not going to come sleep at my house now, but I'm waiting for June. But let me make this distinction. The greatest asset that South Africa and Ghana have, it's two. Over and above the beauty of the countries that we have, the greatest assets we have is the friendliness of the people that dwells or lives in these respective countries, South Africa
and Ghana.
When I was in Ghana, I don't know how many times, Labadi Beach Hotel,
Labadi Beach,
the amount of friendliness that I've received from the Ghanaians has been exceptional. I then moved to the UAE. The best friend I've had who was working at our pavilion was a Ghanaian gentleman by the name of Sam. Unfortunately, I forgot his last
name. It's like a Muslim name also. I remember you called and I spoke to him. And I spoke to him.
So he didn't even forget his friendliness, grassroots that emanates from Ghana when he was in the UAE. So the beauty of the country could be taken away by the dirtiness if we can allow it to be that far. But the citizens who still hold the country dear at heart always go on drives where they get to clean up, because the image of the country is key. Which is what happened at Labadi Beach Hotel when I came there. When it was dirty, there was people who came and said, we're going to clean the beach, because they knew the asset of the country comes from the image, which comes from the cleanliness of it, and the people who lives in those respective countries because of their friendliness. So hence, I'm your friend. If you're not friendly, I was not one of your friends. I love friendly people. And that goes to you.
And last on Saturday, a friend of mine took me to Mamelodi East buffer zone, and there was this big party, a wedding. You know, Staban, I've never seen such party in terms of people going. Look, people literally drinks, and at the same time go back home with a cooler box full of, I said what, and I'm talking about more than 200 people at that party. And I said, wow, my people will never disappoint. It's on the, the streets were packed. And this, I'm telling you, a private wedding, but even if you don't know the person, you can just walk in and just go and sit down and start drinking.
We go big in everything that
Yeah.
we do. Be it on a sporting front, when we hosted the FIFA World Cup in 2010, we went big.
Yeah.
Not only for South Africa as a country, but the whole of the African continent. We held, in business terms, we held BRICS. We went big because we are not a country that loves playing small. We just won the World Cup big. We're going to be hosting something in the work front soon with G20. Again, we're going to go big, including Africa as a whole. But in your question of alcohol, and which is something I want to also get to caution, I worry about the level of alcohol consumption in South Africa. Because we are listed as one of, if not the leading, one of the countries that consumes the largest content of alcohol.
I saw it.
That gets to give me a bit of concern. There's nothing wrong with the consumption, but the excessiveness that goes with it is something that I get to worry about, especially during this period of the year with festives and stuff like that. You seem to have had the best of both. The wedding in Mamelodi, now enjoying the weather in Centurion, you're in Joburg. Soon you're talking about Rustenburg. I think I love the time that you have and the places that you visit.
It's one. So thank you very much, and hope to see you next year. I know we'll catch it up, and I will be leaving. So yes, I will give you a call, and it's been wonderful meeting you, and wonderful say hi to the family as well. And come on, I know next year when I come and you are still driving this, I might take it and
I'm going into farming like you. So I must be driving
a pickup. So it's nice meeting you, and hope to see you again. Keep well and have a wonderful time.